Hello everyone, welcome back to Daylight and Daisies. It is time for a little update. We got a beautiful day this morning and it has followed us. I know my little birdies are over there eating their seeds. Following a very cold spell for late June, and it's hard to believe that these guys survived. Literally, I think I'm doomed because every time I bring plants, especially begonias, we get a cold spell. So it went down to 45 and another pretty severe wind. As you can kind of see, I have to sweep up. There's like a lot of debris, but so lucky. Everything is still looking really good in both sections of my patio garden. This is one of my favorite sides that I did manage to get finished this year. So I have the new couch and I'm actually sitting on the new chair, which you're gonna see. Over to the right is a beautiful Klondike. This was the one that was bright yellow. So an update, you can see it's one thing I love about these is that in the sun they get sun stressed. So this is it likes part shade, so it's about ready for me to move it now. It has grown significantly. This was the Klondike azalea. It was the golden yellow one, and it bloomed all the way through this month. It's not due to bloom again. I am keeping it kind of trimmed more sparingly like a bonsai because I don't want it to get over crazy, but when this bloomed, I mean, if you go back in the videos, it was stunning. Now, because we are now late June, July, August, this needs to be moved and something else needs to go there because it needs more shade. And even though this is morning sun, you can see like my columbine are now gone to seed because they're just so bright out here that it's time to kind of change up some of the flowers. Some of the begonias might be okay, but I really do think that they're just going to get roasted here, so I might just move them to the inside or we'll just put them somewhere else. I'm kind of waiting to see how long the sun stays out here this morning, or if it starts to move, because we don't want these to bake. But I'm gonna figure that out today. This is coming back. It is starting again. I don't know if you followed the story on this one. It was gorgeous when it got here, and then we had a like a frost almost, you know. It was so cold and so windy, and it just took a beating for like 2 days, and all of the beautiful pastel pink blooms dried up, and it just didn't want to retain water for like 2 days. So, but now it is coming back. What I did is, you know, I went and I did talk to them, and they were going to take it back, but I said, you know, I love it so much, and I want this in my garden, so if I cut it back and see if it'll just come back, then maybe it will. And it is starting to come back now. But the flowers are not pink as they're coming back in, or the foliage. We'll see what happens with that. But either way, it's gorgeous. It's really the prettiest. This is a Japanese, I want to say it's a Japanese sakura, but it's a bush, and it gets really big. I'm just going to be growing it in a pot, and I love the tree trunks on it. It's so pretty, the bush trunks. This is my magnolia tree. So the magnolia did flower early in spring, and I'm sure I put pictures of that up. It likes part shade, so it's doing great right here. It's putting out foliage. The foliage doesn't look to be getting really burned, although I can say with the wind and the cold over the last couple days, I do see a little bit of the foliage kind of burned, and I'm gonna trim some of that back a little bit. I think I'm gonna let this spike go up and then just trim it back this winter. The coleus is doing really well. I like the little coleus flowers. I have been propagating them and growing them inside so that when winter comes, we will still have beautiful coleus, and then I'll just replant it outside. But I do intend on leaving it in the pots, letting it overwinter and seeing what happens, but I'll have backups of all these gorgeous coleus. This ivy hasn't really grown. I don't know, like, I think maybe the cold, it didn't like it. It seemed like it was doing better on the other side of the patio. I'm gonna kind of do some research on that and see, because I wanted to run a trellis and let it grow up here, but we have to find a place first for it before I trellis it to see where it actually wants to be. So I'm going to be doing some more research on that one. My Bloodgood Japanese maple, again, it took another beating, but it is still standing, still putting out fresh growth. It looks gorgeous. It's so dainty and elegant, and God bless it, it's really hanging in there in this back corner. And it likes it there, so we're going to keep it there. And then when it reaches the top, we're going to have to cut it back and like get it to grow on the lower there. This is really, really looking beautiful too. This one's so pretty. This Japanese maple is just, again, taking a beating, but just doing so well. Then I have a new addition to my hearts, and this little branch broke. I love the way these grow. I think that they look so pretty, especially when these little flowers come in and then drape all over the plant. I have a white one now and I have a pink one, and I'm really excited about them. I got matching pots for them, which I love these pots. They're almost like alabaster. I've been really happy with them, and yeah, this is gorgeous. I love this. My favorite. So I think these are bleeding hearts. So I have a white one, and then over there is the pink one. As you know, that's the first one I got. This has been really beautiful. The coral bells. I feel like this was a great choice for here. It gave a lot of color. It's got the prettiest little flowers. Can you see them? They're so pretty. It's been in bloom this entire month. It does drink up a lot of water, which you can see. It needs a refresh on water again. And I just trim off these lower leaves, and it just constantly sprouts new ones, like constantly. So let's look at, so this is the Northern Lights. I want to show you before I trim it. You can see the little things. These all need to be trimmed off. I probably will just go ahead and cut this back now because it's not going to bloom again this year. It's too hot out here. But the Northern Lights azalea, this was really, really beautiful tree. It was gorgeous. Such a buttery yellow. You can kind of see what it was, but I mean, this was entirely flowers. So what we want to do is really be careful what you trim, because you want to make sure that you get your buds again next year. But it is time, so this is well time. I'm probably delayed a bit on it, but I'm going to work on that. Then I got some new ones to show you that I haven't. So these have done so well, right? The begonias. So I went ahead and I bought this one because the garden center had a beautiful selection of begonias. So I got this one, which is significantly larger. I got this one, which I haven't tried before, and I love the foliage. It looks kind of really unique and unusual. It is the Patio orange. And I would say that they, especially the dark foliage, can handle light, but you know, it's like bright and direct light would be best for them, and just keep them moist, you know. And then when these flowers are spent, you just take them right off, and it just keeps putting out more and more flowers. Give it a little nutrition. But mostly when the flowers are spent, they just pretty much fall right off, you know, like give it a little shake or something. But love it. This is the white, the Patio white, which, look at the foliage. It's so beautiful. So you know I'm going to be painting these, right? This is what I do, is I get the flowers, I take pictures of them. The photography's up on my website at jacquelinejacks.com, and you can see my entire process on my website, from gardening and putting it all together in this beautiful space to sitting out here and painting all of it, every single flower. And you know, I've got my work cut out for me because these just came in, and I've got to get it before they the foliage switches, because it's beautiful. This one here, great for patios, comes back every year. It's so fragrant, and it blooms all the way through September. So you just have to catch the blooms when they're done and cut them back, and it will just keep blooming on you. This is the catmint in the whisper pink. Isn't that just stunning? It's so pretty. I mean, look at those flowers. They're just gorgeous. I love something like this because it's so easy and it's fragrant and it adds that beautiful pop of color. But it's like the workhorse of the garden, right? Like this one, it likes to be moist. The soil can be dry. It can take a hard prune. It will just keep, you know, giving a lot of good foliage and beautiful color for you. So will this one. This is a beautiful purple. This blooms all the way through June and July. This is the perennial sage that I have on the other side. I have 3 different kinds. This one is midnight purple. So salvia perennial sage. And again, great little pop of color. I also found these great pots. Look at how cute these pots are. They had a huge end of season sale at the garden center. So I got this one and I got a larger version of it. I love them. They're so, so pretty. I also got these as well, which I think are so pretty. They really do add texture. You can use them inside or outside, I think, you know. I got this one as well, and this is another beautiful, beautiful perennial. So, so pretty. And again, most of the things I have here are perennials, not annuals. The annuals would be like more the begonias, where they cycle for 1 year and you have one beautiful season, and then, I mean, you can bring these inside and keep trying, but they're not going to bloom again until next spring. And I found them to be quite leggy and a little bit difficult. It's better just to really rebuy them. But again, you can, especially if you like the foliage, bring them in. You don't have to discard them. Here's my bleeding hearts. I love this. I love it. So, so pretty. And then there's various daisies, which are now taking a beating from the sun. So we're going to cut a lot of this back and think about, well, just watch today. Obviously, these guys have got to be replaced because the columbine, they need that cool, you know, that cool, like lighter sun, and they did great for the last like 2 months. Even in the cold weather, they are trying to put out some new growth. If you look, like these are seed pods now, but they're putting out new growth, so I'm going to cut them back and put them in a cooler, drier, or a cooler spot with part shade, so that they don't get this really, really tough sun that has now become our morning sun, which is not as nice as it was before. It's a lot more warm, but still comfortable to sit out. I mean, to tell you the truth, it's kind of nice to be in a place where your day doesn't exceed 80 degrees, you know. Those 90, 100 degree temperatures just kill me. So let's go over here and I'll just show you what was going on over here, and then we'll go on the other side of the patio. Oh, here's the other plant pot. It's so pretty. This is the bigger one. So I did get this. This is another one of these clematis, and I love them. I really do. They're my favorite. They'll come back every year. I don't know if this is going to struggle, because honestly, I bought this and the garden center just didn't take good care of their clematis. Clematis has to be potted kind of deep, and the sun can't be on its roots, and they were just sitting out baking. So it does look a little bit worse for wear. I'm not really sure. I even saw like some breakage down here in the support system. So it has a ton of buds on it though. So I'm hoping that all of these beautiful buds just go ahead and open. It does look like it's getting water to the upper leaves. It doesn't look like it's not. And it's in a nice spot. So let's see. I mean, I see some foliage kind of drying out. We did again have that cold spell again, 45 degree temperatures and a lot of wind, but it's staked, and it still looks pretty nourished up here. So I think we're okay. I'm excited to see that one. My orchids are doing well. This stayed out there in the cold. Actually, all of these did stayed out in the 45 degree temperature, just as kind of to see what would happen. This guy filled up with rainwater, and then I was able to use the rainwater to water every one of these. And these are kind of my rehab orchids. These guys are rehabbing, but honestly, they're doing so much better by being outside no matter what. So as long as it doesn't get, you know, as long as it doesn't get more cold, I think they're gonna be fine, especially this guy's looking great. So I'm pretty happy with, look, we've even got a little flower bud. I'm pretty happy with seeing them out here. This is a jasmine. He's growing slowly and the dogs are staying away from him. So he's allowed to stay there for now. I was gonna raise him up and possibly get another one of these to put underneath him so he's a little higher. I think I probably will do that. I do like that the fact that he's going, you know, he's going. I think he just needs taller stakes to climb up. So these guys are doing really well. More clematis, doing so great. Amazingly enough, this was the smaller clematis and it's just really not growing past where it was or where it is. It's very unusual, but it's putting out flowers and it's pretty happy. So we'll see what happens with that guy. These are two of those rose bushes that I got the Poet's Wife and Moonlight in Paris. I did take photographs of these when they were in their prime bloom and they are gorgeous. So we're gonna cut this back today and let that develop. Stop it, Misty. This is another one, and this one, as you can see, is doing so much better. However, it is focused on growth, obviously, because it's not flowering again. It flowered early this month and now it's just growing like crazy, but not flowering again. So we're gonna see what happens. Hopefully I'll get some more flowers on it. It might just be the weather. It is staying cool though, like keep the shade on the bases. So the pots have to be in shade. I added this today. I grew this from seed, and this is the Hazelwood Morning Glory. I probably will put some more in this pot because not all of them took, and I would like to have more than just two. I think this is 2 or 3 Morning Glories in here because they're kind of sparse, right? But I'm already starting to see this, and I'm starting to wind this around this trellis so that hopefully if this guy doesn't produce more flowers, we'll get flowers from our Morning Glory. The other thing that I love that has really worked out so great is this guy. It's so pretty. So I did him with fuchsia and some begonia, and it is just beautiful. I have not had one problem with this plant. I think there's about there's 4 plants in there, and it has sat out there, and there's some creeping Jenny in the bottom. It has sat out there through cold. It has sat out there through wind. I just water it and it's just done really great. It's like very happy out there. It's pretty resilient. Even all of its fuchsia leaves came, like the buds blew off and then they all just came right back. So I didn't even have to pinch them off. It did it for me. But it is stunning and it has been so resilient. This little guy hopefully will rebloom. I'm thinking there's some radish in here too. The radish is flourishing, doing great. The flowers don't even look like they're trying to come back at this point. So I probably will take this out of the pot, put it in a smaller pot, and then repot something else. My petticoat azalea is now finished. It's bloom, so it's ready to be done, and it needs to go into part shade. This one is really cool too. The foliage goes from green to orange to red as the season moves on, but it does need to come out of here. These are also ones that today I need to deal with, and they need to come off this table because they're getting too much sun. It's too hot. Another begonia that I'm rehabbing. This one's just weird. It really is. It likes to grow and then it likes to just stop growing and start over again. So we don't know. We don't know. There's a calla lily over here too that it had aphids. So I found that putting it outside will cure the aphid situation. I cut it back. It just keeps wanting to grow. Here's a bird seed. I haven't started the fountain yet because it's been so windy up here. I don't know if I will this year. I'll try. Maybe put it down somewhere where there's not that much wind. There's a little pepper plant over there, and then there's a little bird seed for my bird sweetie pie. He keeps coming back. And then all the roses are doing great. They really are. So I'm gonna do this side of the patio after I get it cleaned up. There is a rose tour if you want to see some of these roses when they were in first bloom. But now I'm going to get them cut back a little bit so that they can rebloom. And we'll do this side when I get it like further cleaned up. But Skylar, what are you doing? Hi, Skylar. You know I'm putting a bed under there for you. I'm actually putting a bed under there for the dogs today so that they can have it. But this looks really good, and I'm really so happy with the way that this area has turned out. I'm going to go ahead and get new photographs today and pot up some of these goodies and deal with some of the plant chores and getting some of those guys out of the full sun. But again, yeah, this is kind of late for so much sun on this side. I think the sun needs to switch a little bit, and it is. It's going to be in shade in a couple of hours, but still these guys are kind of baking. It's pretty hot. Well, I mean, I wouldn't say it's terribly hot right now, but I think in the sun it's pretty hot for them. Have a great day, guys, and thank you so much for taking this little tour with me, spending some time with the flowers. What are you doing, baby girl, huh? Don't bite my flowers. Yes, my gorgeous girl. This is Skylar. This is my beautiful baby, huh? Yeah, what are you doing? Hey, hi. Hi, say hi. Skylar. Oh, come on, Skylar, don't walk around them. Skylar. Hi. Hi. Let me see. Say hi. Say hello. She loves to smell flowers. It's so cute. All right. Have a great day, guys. Thank you so much for being part. And go check out my website at JacquelineJax.com.